Port Arthur during a suspected Halloween party. What we know so far.
Plus, with just 24 hours until the polls open on Election Day, we're breaking down the big bond package on the ballot in Beaumont, what residents have to gain or lose from voting yes tomorrow.
And we're officially into month 2 of the government shutdown, what President Trump is calling on Republicans to do, and the effects seen across the nation. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Carrie Cooper as we take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Beaumont. Do my eyes deceive me, or is that sun somehow already up?
It already is. Of course, we had the time change this past weekend. We fell back an hour, so hitting daylight earlier and darker a lot earlier in the afternoon as well, but a cold start to your morning too, starting out in the low 40s. So grab that jacket heading out, and we'll warm though to the low 70s. Lots of sunshine, beautiful day coming up. 37 now in Jasper, 41 Kirbyville, 42 in Silsbee. We're down to 40 in Beaumont, 46. It is a cold morning. Looks just as cold tonight, but we'll start warming up, like I said, near 72 this afternoon. We should reach the mid 70s tomorrow, and then close to 80 as we head toward the middle latter half of the week. Of course, coming up a little bit later, we'll take a look at that 7-day forecast, which shows that big warm up in another front next weekend.
All right, Carrie. Well, developing in Port Arthur, police, they are investigating a shooting from over the weekend that sent 3 people to the hospital.
It happened just after 1 a.m. Sunday in the 1000 block of 53rd Street. Our 12 News crew was the only media outlet at the scene. According to Police Chief Tim Duraso, all 3 victims were shot at a party. Our crews say people were wearing costumes, so it's believed to have been a Halloween party. Chief Duraso says all the victims are expected to be okay. 2 of them are men in the early 20s. We're still working to learn more about the 3rd victim.
Now, 12 News was also there when 2 of the victims arrived at the Medical Center of Southeast Texas. You can see DPS and police checking out that white Malibu there that was in the parking lot that was later towed away. We are still trying to confirm whether that car was involved in the shooting.
About 20 minutes later, that 3rd victim was found at the Prince Hall Apartments on 14th Street. He was taken to St. Elizabeth Hospital in Beaumont in stable condition, according to our 12 News crew. Chief Duraso also tells us DPS arrested 4 people in a car during a traffic stop Sunday. Police are working to find out if they were involved in the shooting. Now,
there's a lot, obviously, moving parts here to this incident, and we hope to have more information later today. We'll keep you updated. All right, now to an update on a story that we first brought you last Wednesday. A large problematic hole on West Cardinal Drive. It was filled in over the weekend. A mail truck got stuck in it last week. You see it right there, right outside of Crawford Electric Supply. Now, employees told us construction was causing hazardous road conditions for them and their customers. Now, TxDOT told the company that its contractor who is working on the project was supposed to fix the issue this weekend. And when we drove by on Sunday, that hole was filled in. TxDOT says that the I-1069 interchange project, which includes work along West Cardinal Drive, that is expected to be complete in 5 to 6 years.
Time right now, 7:04. 12 News is your election headquarters. We've tracked the numbers from early voting as we look toward Election Day, which is tomorrow. In Orange County, nearly 2,500 people cast an early ballot, and in Jefferson County, nearly 11,000 people voted early. That turnout may seem pretty good, but it's actually kind of dismal.
That's right. Only 7% of registered voters cast an early ballot in Jefferson County. And County Clerk Roxana Costa-Helberg telling 12 News she's disappointed. She says voicing or posting your concerns, that might seem productive, but the best place to make change is at the ballot box. She is making a push to get more people to vote on Election Day tomorrow.
It's real easy to go on social media or any type of whatever your source is to speak on your frustrations, to speak on your interests. This is your best source. The voting polls. this is your best source to make your voice heard.
And there are 17 state constitutional amendments. That's going to be at the top of the ballot. Following those is going to be the local propositions, and that includes a venue tax and that controversial Beaumont bond package. And for many in Beaumont, the biggest issue are those 5 Beaumont bond proposals.
Voters needing to decide if they're willing to pay higher taxes to invest in the city. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio breaking down one of those proposals. Good morning to you, Derek.
Good morning, Mark and Tia. There will be 5 bond proposals on the ballot, and one of the most talked about is Proposition B. This one includes funding for several public safety initiatives, including a new fire station and headquarters for Beaumont Police. The plan is to replace Fire Station number 4 on West Lucas Drive at a cost of $66.7 million. The current station is more than 70 years old. Proposition B also includes a $61 million to replace Beaumont's decades-old police headquarters, creating a more efficient and centralized facility. But back in August, the police chief gave our cameras a tour of the current headquarters. The facility doesn't meet modern safety, technology, or space needs.
Built in the Cold War era. Normal buildings are, maybe expected to last 30 years or so, and this has been 51. We build for the future. Let's not build for today. Let's build for 20, 30 years from now. I think it's hugely important to the officers and as well as the civilians.
Proposition B includes much more than just public safety. There will also be a $50 million sports complex, an $11.2 million multi-purpose facility at Alice Keefe Park, and a $7.9 million animal shelter. There will also be a $10 million set aside for facility improvements. The polls are now open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, thanks, Derek. A lot to break down there, but no worry. We've put together a full election guide with everything on the ballot. Text VOTE to 409-838-1212. We'll send it straight to your phone.
And that bond package, not the only way that Beaumont is planning for the future. They are kicking off its new comprehensive plan. Officials say that it's a 20-year roadmap to guide growth, development, and investment across the community. The city's planning division is hosting a kickoff meeting today from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Lakeside Center. And you can share your ideas on topics like housing, transportation, and economic development while enjoying food and refreshments. All right, it's 7:07 right now, and as the federal government shutdown enters its second month, President Trump is calling on Republicans to change the rules to reopen the government.
It comes as air traffic controllers and TSA employees continue working without pay, meaning calling out sick, triggering delays and cancellations across the country. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest.
This morning, with just days to go until the government shutdown becomes the longest in history, President Trump encouraging Republicans to change Senate rules and allow Republicans to reopen the government with a simple majority without needing any votes from Democrats. It comes as 42 million Americans face losing critical food assistance. A federal judge now ordering the Trump administration to start making food stamp payments today or partial payments by Wednesday. However, it's not clear if the White House will comply. The Trump administration arguing it can't legally use emergency funds. The president on 60 Minutes last night pointing the finger at Democrats.
I mean, the Republicans are voting almost unanimously to end it, and the Democrats keep voting against ending it.
It's very unfortunate that Donald Trump and Republicans have decided to weaponize hunger and withhold SNAP benefits.
It comes as the stalemate on Capitol Hill continues with no progress. The main sticking point, extending tax credits for the Affordable Care Act. And at airports across the country, major delays and cancellations for travelers as air traffic controllers call out sick. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy now warning the delays will get worse as the shutdown continues.
We will delay, we will cancel any kind of flight across the national airspace to make sure people are safe.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Amid the gridlock in the nation's capital, a new ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll finds nearly 60% of Americans disapprove of Trump's handling of the government. It also suggests nearly 2/3 believe the U.S. is headed in the wrong direction.
Well, here at home, it is the final week of the regular Texas high school football season. And for our game of the week, we are taking you to District 9 in 4A Division II. The Hampshire Finette Longhorns, they're going to hit the road to take on the West Orange Stark Mustangs, who are just one win away from an outright district title. The Horns, they are 3-1 in district, and they are looking to create absolute chaos with a win Friday night. But the ball is in the Mustangs' court. Hiawatha Hickman's team just needs this win to clinch their first district title since 2021 and claim Coach Hickman's first title as head coach. Kickoff for this game at the Dan R. Hook Stadium Friday night at 7:30. And also be sure to get in your vote for the Band of the Week. Let us know if it's going to be the Longhorns or the Mustangs who should take home the season's final bragging rights. Just head on over to 12newsnow.com/band to let us know.
A Southeast Texas bakery brought people together over the weekend to celebrate family, community, and culture. Dozens gathered in Beaumont Sunday for Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. It's meant to remember loved ones who have passed away and is actually celebrated over 2 days on November 1st and the 2nd. Super Antojo Bakery hosted the event, which included dance performances and several small businesses joining in on the fun.
Yeah, as our 12 News reporter Spencer Plato explains, it's also about giving.
The Day of the Dead. It's if you forget about your people, your loved ones, they disappear. So we build an altar of all our loved ones that died.
Super Antojo de Hidalgo Bakery hosted its annual Day of the Dead celebration. It's a way to reconnect with roots and share culture with the community.
We get together with family, we have laughs, conversations of what they used to do, you know. It's mainly to remember all our loved ones that have passed on already.
Abraham Martinez is the owner of Laura Abe's ice cream truck. He was one of the small businesses at Sunday's festival. He says it's also about giving back. That's why the bakery is collecting books to send to a retired teacher in Hidalgo, Mexico.
She's teaching all the students that want to go English, and she starts them out by a children's book. It's a lot easier. It's harder than, you know, a book that's higher literacy, and you know, so she wants as much children's book as we can gather up.
Beaumont Mayor Roy West says events like these help build a sense of community.
The way we build unity is to understand one another better. And one thing I love about Beaumont, it doesn't matter where you come from, there are people from your culture that you can find here in Beaumont. And you certainly don't have to stay within your culture, but it allows you to get integrated into the community easier.
A sentiment Martinez echoes.
That's what this festival is together, is to bring people together and bridge that gap.
And if you'd like to help, book donations. They are still being accepted at the bakery during business hours. Well, still ahead here on 12 News Plus, an 8-year-old hero and a fan favorite soda getting a glow up. Your trending news is coming up, but first, frightening moments near Baton Rouge after 2 girls fell out of a Ferris wheel ride. How it happened on the heels of another terrifying incident in Kansas City. Your time is now 7:12.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. Well, over the weekend, some frightening moments at a festival near Baton Rouge. Two young girls, they were thrown from a Ferris wheel Saturday. Witnesses say that they fell out when the bucket that they were riding in got caught on wires and tilted. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more.
Panic at a Louisiana fair. Rescuers scaling a Ferris wheel to reach a woman clinging to an over-tipped carriage at the Harvest Festival in New Roads, just outside of Baton Rouge, after two girls fell from the ride just moments before.
I heard like a body, just something fall. I heard a loud boom.
Police tending to one of the victims on the ground. Witnesses there stunned.
It caught onto the wires and then it tilted over and the two girls fell out.
The two girls, both under the age of 13, flown to the hospital. Authorities investigating why the ride malfunctioned. It comes just days after this terrifying incident in Kansas City, Missouri. Two people tightly holding onto a young girl after they say her seatbelt became unlatched aboard the Mamba roller coaster at Worlds of Fun theme park. The park's parent company, Six Flags, saying they found no issue with the seatbelts, but have replaced them out of an abundance of caution. That ride has since reopened.
And as for that incident in Louisiana, that Ferris wheel's still closed. We've reached out to the Harvest Festival for comment and have not heard back. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Well, skies are clear across southeast Texas this morning. Beautiful morning on our Roofing 911 Skycam network here in Beaumont, sponsored by Packard and LaPrade. Cold morning, so grab that jacket as you're heading out, but it'll warm up nicely. We should reach the lower 70s this afternoon with very little, if any, wind. Right now we're running in the upper 30s to low 40s legs, right around 40 here in Beaumont. So yeah, cold start, satellite view, lots of clear skies across the region this morning. Should remain that way through tomorrow as well. Very few, if any, clouds. Futurecast this afternoon warming us into the lower 70s under sunny skies. This evening will drop through the 60s into the 50s and back to the 40s tomorrow morning. So another chilly start to your Tuesday morning. Then we'll warm into the middle 70s coming up for tomorrow. So a couple of very nice days coming up after some chilly starts. Low humidity expected again this afternoon across southeast Texas, and again for your Tuesday afternoon. Very dry air in place, that's for sure. And you wake up tomorrow morning, these are overnight lows. Bundle up, lower 40s again tomorrow morning. High pressure in the upper atmosphere building in for a few days. That'll keep the storm track anyway well to the north. Certainly no rain in the forecast anytime soon at all. And that high will eventually weaken. The trough comes down, but you can see where the main dynamics are way off to our north and northeast. But that will drag another front through here coming up next weekend, probably late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Maybe an isolated shower or two with that, but not a big deal. In fact, rainfall totals with that 6 days out, showing very little, if any, measurable precipitation at this time. And of course, that may change a little bit. That's still 6 days out, so plenty of time to watch that. Lakes area forecast this afternoon, sunny skies and mild highs in the lower 70s. So a beautiful day coming up. And for tonight, look for clear skies, fairly cold temperatures with lows back in the 40s. Mid 70s tomorrow. We should reach 80 on Wednesday. How about some low 80s on Thursday, low to mid 80s on Friday, and skies will become partly cloudy. A few more clouds too by the end of the week, as we'll have a little bit more moisture back in the area ahead of that next front, which will arrive on Sunday of the weekend.
Once we hit 45, that's the low, then I'm like, this is, don't do no more.
Oh,
that's
I
the
thought
best
you
way I
wanted,
could
I
put it.
didn't know if you wanted it
Oh,
cold.
no. Like how it felt this morning, I'm fine with it. But below that,
I was pushing
I
it
wanna
bad
deal
even
with
this
it.
morning. That's pretty cold.
We just want to set the thermostat and forget it. I mean,
Yes.
that's all we really
Right.
need. All right, well, thank you, Carrie. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, it's 7:19 right now. Time for some trending news. And a young boy in Nashville is being hailed a hero for saving his little brother.
It all started when 2-year-old Nick began choking on a strawberry. Mom Laura heard 8-year-old Luke calling for her and ran to help. What's crazy, she had just taught him the Heimlich maneuver only days earlier.
I just folded my fist like this, and then pushed as really hard as I can, and then I was like, thank you, Jesus Christ, thank you.
Oh, Nick is back to normal, and his mom hopes this inspires others to teach their kids life-saving skills early.
What a very sweet little story right there. You know, older brothers and little brothers, not always known for getting along, but, you know, I'm glad he stepped in and saved his little bro. That was cool.
They know what to do when it's time.
That's right.
Police in Cottonwood, Arizona were able to capture a pretty cagey character last week.
That's right, a 60-pound flightless emu named Frank, of all things. He had been on the run for about 2 days before officers were finally able to catch up and get him under control. No easy feat here. You are looking at the end of that man, or rather bird hunt, as an animal control officer tried to keep Frank calm while trapped in a net. Now, police say that the key to capturing him was to get Frank to run into a corner, because apparently emus can't walk backward. That's due to the way their legs work. Now, luckily, Frank's owner was also on hand, and he was able to get him back home unharmed. Emus, they can become aggressive, and charge you going 30 miles an hour.
Emu that's like a bird.
It's a big old bird.
Like
an ostrich.
I was just about to say, is it kind of like an ostrich?
I wouldn't mess with that one either.
And someone had it as a pet?
Something like that. I don't know what people are doing with emus. Let them just run free.
Okay.
Well, those who love Mr. Pibb over Dr. Pepper will love this one.
Especially if you like your soda with a little extra pick-me-up. Mr. Pibb is making a comeback with a new look in extra caffeine. Coca-Cola says it's rebranding the soda in 2026. But don't worry, the company says the bold cherry taste isn't going anywhere. Now, if you can't wait until the new year to try it, you could take a road trip. The new line is already rolling out in a few states like Florida, California, and Nevada.
Apparently, Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper also both have cherry flavor, which I had no idea.
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, if you were to ask me what flavor Dr. Pepper is, I would never say cherry in a million years.
Mr. Pibb either.
What flavor is Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb?
I don't. It's their own thing.
It's Dr.
It's a lane
Pepper.
of their own. Exactly.
I love them.
All right. It's now 7:23. Gary Cooper, he's going to be back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. It has been nearly 4 months since the banks of the Guadalupe River flooded, killing dozens. And now there's a new effort to elevate some of the homes that are still in harm's way. The nonprofit Annie's Helping Hands is working to give homeowners a literal lift by raising their homes out of the floodplain 3 feet higher than they were once sat. Now that group says that each home costs between $17,000 and $42,000 to lift up. So it is looking for partners. Now, if you're interested, visit annieshelpinghands.org.
We'll grab that jacket heading out to work or school this morning. Temperatures will be in the 40s. It's cold out there, upper 30s, lakes to low 40s and low to mid 40s here in the Triangle. Nice warm up today, though. Lots of sunshine. We should reach the lower 70s, and we're back to the 40s tonight. Pretty chilly once again with overnight lows in the upper 30s, 40s, and in the Triangle, mid 40s in the morning. Another cold start. We'll warm to the middle 70s tomorrow afternoon. We'll have the rest of that forecast coming up a little bit later.
And coming up here on 12 News Plus, Port Arthur police investigating an early morning shooting from Sunday at a suspected Halloween party. What we know so far.
Plus, with just 24 hours until the polls open, we're breaking down the big bond on the ballot in Beaumont, what voters will need to decide on tomorrow.
And celebrating excellence in education. Meet our November recipient of the 12 News Golden Apple Award. What makes this shop teacher truly stand out?
It's 7:27 right now. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. The time now 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. A person was hospitalized Saturday after falling from the Lindbergh Drive overpass in Beaumont. That's right off College Street at Lindbergh. The city's district fire chief Scott Wheat tells us they were taken to the hospital as a trauma patient. We'll keep you updated once we learn more about their condition.
And a Beaumont home was destroyed early Saturday morning after a fire broke out on Laurel Avenue. Fire Chief Earl White says firefighters worked hard to put out the flames. One of them sustained minor burns, but is doing okay. The crew's quick action prevented the fire from spreading to neighboring homes, but unfortunately, the home where it all started is a total loss.
Beaumont police are investigating a shooting Friday night in the 800 block of Pipkin Street. They have very little information as police say they aren't releasing any at this time. We'll keep you updated on air and online as we confirm details.
All right, let's go ahead and take a live look now outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Beaumont. Meteorologist Carrie Cooper in the Weather Impact Center with today's forecast. Hey, Carrie.
Good morning, Mark. Yeah, certainly a cold morning too, so grab that jacket, coat heading out the doors. Temperatures are in the upper 30s to low 40s in the lakes, mid 40s here in the triangle. But we will warm nicely. Lots of sunshine this afternoon. We should warm into the low 70s later today. Right now we're in the low to mid 40s. Cold start to your morning. But like I said, it'll warm up fairly quickly with very little, if any, wind in the forecast today. That's good news. Tonight, we'll get back down to the 40s once again. We'll say mid 40s tonight, so still cool enough, that's for sure. And then we should reach the mid 70s tomorrow. Warming trend starts tomorrow, and that will continue for the rest of the week. We'll talk about that, the rest of your forecast, a little bit later.
All right, thank you so much, Carrie. Developing in Port Arthur, police are investigating a shooting over the weekend that sent 3 people to the hospital.
Yeah, this one happened just after 1 a.m. Sunday in the 1000 block of 53rd Street. And our 12 News crew was the only media outlet at that scene. Now, according to Police Chief Tim Duraso, all 3 victims were shot at a party. Now, our crews say that people were wearing costumes, so we believe that it may have been a Halloween party. Now, the chief says that all the victims, none of them have any life-threatening injuries. Now, he says that 2 of them are men in their early 20s. We are still working to learn more about that 3rd victim. Now, 12 News was also at the hospital when 2 of the victims arrived at the medical center of Southeast Texas in Port Arthur, and you could see DPS and police. They were there checking out that white Malibu that was in the parking lot. It was later towed away. Now, we are still trying to confirm whether that car was itself involved in the shooting. Now, about 20 minutes later, the 3rd victim was found at the Prince Hall Apartments on 14th Street. He was taken to St. Elizabeth Hospital in Beaumont in stable condition. And Chief Duraso also telling us that DPS arrested 4 people in a car during a traffic stop on that same day. Police, they are working to find out if they were involved in the shooting. There's obviously a lot of moving parts here in this incident, and we hope to have more information later today. We'll keep you updated.
All right, the time now 7:33 across the nation. A North Carolina man is facing charges after a 4-year-old boy accidentally shot himself with an unsecured gun inside a home. Kirsten Clark reports.
Investigators working to find out how a child so young could have been shot. Velma Bass found herself asking the same question when she learned what happened.
I don't remember seeing no child, maybe it's a grandchild or somebody, but if that's happened, it just break my heart, something like that for a child. It breaks my heart.
She says despite witnessing shootings and break-ins in the neighborhood, she's never seen such a large police presence for one incident.
I was just shocked. We came home, couldn't even get down our street. I said, what in the world going on?
Court documents show the child gained access to a 9mm pistol. We learned the pistol belonged to Patrick Day, who left the gun in the home unsecured. Robert Adams calls the situation tragic, regardless of the circumstances.
We saw the police down there, and I asked the guy that stayed down the street, I asked him what happened, and he told me a 4-year-old had gotten shot in the head. And, basically that was it. But like I told you earlier, this is sickening.
In August, we reported a Durham woman was charged with involuntary manslaughter after her 4-year-old son accidentally shot himself with her unsecured gun. Now, a similar incident happening in the same city. Neighbors tell us they're just praying for the best.
It's just that this right here is breaking my heart, especially for that 4-year-old. Sad.
All right, switching gears to some election news. We've tracked the numbers from early voting as we look toward Election Day tomorrow in Orange County. Nearly 2,500 people cast an early ballot. And in Jefferson County, nearly 11,000 people voted early. That turnout may seem pretty good, but it's actually kind of dismal.
That's right. Only 7% of registered voters cast an early ballot in Jefferson County. And County Clerk Roxana Costa-Helberg, she tells 12 News she's disappointed. She says voicing or posting your concerns might seem productive, but the best place to really make a change is at the ballot box. She is making a push to get more people to vote on Election Day tomorrow.
It's real easy to go on social media or any type of whatever your source is to speak on your frustrations, to speak on your interests. This is your best source. The voting polls. This is your best source to make your voice heard.
And don't forget, it's a long ballot. There are 17 state constitutional amendments at the very top, and below that's going to be the local propositions. And in Beaumont, you're also going to have that venue tax and the controversial Beaumont bond package. And the big day is tomorrow, and for many, the biggest issue here in Southeast Texas is those 5 Beaumont bond proposals.
Voters have a big decision. Are they willing to pay higher taxes to invest in the city? 12 News reporter Derek Jones breaking down one of those proposals in studio. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Mark and Cia, there will be 5 bond proposals on the ballot, and the one the most talked about is Proposition B. This one includes funding for several public safety initiatives, including a new fire station and headquarters for Beaumont Police. The plan is to replace Fire Station number 4 on West Lucas Drive at a cost of $6.7 million. The current station is more than 70 years old. Proposition B also includes $61 million to replace Beaumont's decades-old police headquarters, creating a more efficient and centralized facility. Back in August, the police chief gave our cameras a tour of the current headquarters. The facility doesn't meet modern safety, technology, or space needs.
Built in the Cold War era. Normal buildings are, maybe expected to last 30 years or so, and this has been 51. We build for the future. Let's not build for today. Let's build for 20, 30 years from now. I think it's hugely important to the officers and as well as the civilians.
Proposition B includes much more than just public safety. There will also be a $50 million sports complex, an $11.2 million multi-purpose facility at Alice Keefe Park, and a $7.9 million animal shelter. There will also be a $10 million set aside for facility improvements. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you, Derek. 12 News has put together a full election guide breaking down everything on the ballot. Text the word VOTE to 409-838-1212 and we'll send it straight to your phone. Now to an update on a story we first brought to you last Wednesday. A large problematic hole on West Cardinal Drive was filled in over the weekend. A mail truck got stuck in it last week right outside Crawford Electric Supply. Employees told us construction was causing hazardous road conditions for them and their customers. TxDOT told the company its contractor who's working on the project was supposed to fix the issue this weekend. When we drove by Sunday, the hole had been filled in. TxDOT says the I-1069 interchange projects, which include work along West Cardinal Drive, are expected to be complete by 2030 or 2031.
And the city of Beaumont is kicking off its new comprehensive plan, a 20-year roadmap to guide growth, development, and investment across the community. The planning division, in partnership with the firm Able City, is hosting a public kickoff today from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Lakeside Center on Magnolia Street. This is a great opportunity for attendees to share their ideas on topics like housing, transportation, and economic development while enjoying food and refreshments.
All right, switching gears now. He's known for serving turkey legs on Friday nights and for building deer stands and trailers, but most of all, he's building character. Meet our November recipient of the 12 News Golden Apple Award, Mr. Odom.
Get it closer. All right, you're gonna adjust your tip, like turn your fuel down. Right there.
Sparking success at Newton High School.
Top valve up here.
While helping students build more than just metal.
Flame, a little bit more. You know, they start out not knowing how to do much of anything, and then by the time they graduate, most of them are going to work somewhere. All right, Trevor, y'all come on over here real quick. Ellis, right here in this stall, y'all good, turn it on.
From deer stands to dedication, Daniel Odom's impact reaches every corner
of Newton High School and beyond.
60-10 fill it well. So ag mechanics, we construct different items, deer stands, barbecue pits, trailers, and then the welding, we do stick welding, MIG welding, and TIG welding, just the joining of metals. All right, before we get ready to cut, what things do we need to have on our body?
He teaches a dual-credit welding course through Lamar Institute of Technology, while also serving as one of the school's FFA advisors and one of the sponsors for the barbecue team. That's why we're honoring Mr. Odom with the Golden Apple Award for lighting the spark that keeps his students shining bright.
Is Mr. Odom here? Hi, how are you? You have been nominated as the 12 News Golden Apple Award recipient.
Oh, goodness.
So that means people in the community sent us your name and said you deserve this recognition.
Got you.
Yes,
well, I
sir.
sure appreciate that. Wish I'd known y'all was coming. I dressed a little nicer.
I know we caught you off guard, but how does it feel to receive this recognition?
Well, I watch 12 News every morning and seen a lot of people get nominated and be on there, so it's a truly great honor, and I'm appreciative for whoever nominated me.
Yeah, no idea you were next time.
Definitely not. Definitely, I can drink my coffee and look for me to be on TV now.
I think he does a good job at getting people ready for the next part of life, and he really has a bond with kids, and you can tell he likes his job. He likes being around kids.
Odom has been a teacher for 18 years. His biggest project, revamping and doubling the floor space in his entire classroom.
A recognition like this definitely makes you want to keep on doing what you're doing.
Congratulations, Mr. Odom.
Honoring educators in Southeast Texas, send us your nominations for our 12 News Golden Apple Award. It doesn't have to be a teacher. You can nominate a bus driver, a counselor, a coach, anyone who helps further the cause of education in the 409. Go to 12newsnow.com/golden apple to tell us who should be next. Up next, to help families, major supermarkets are stepping in with value-driven Thanksgiving meal deals. Where to find the best savings this holiday season.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue,
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Now that Halloween has come and gone, Thanksgiving is top of mind to support families battling inflation and a loss in SNAP benefits. Many major supermarkets have launched value-driven Thanksgiving meal deals. All of these deals include turkey, multiple sides, and a dessert for as low as $3.99 per person. So let's break it down. Walmart's holiday meal can feed 10 people for under $40. The one-click meal baskets include butterball turkey, stove-top stuffing, cranberries, dinner rolls, and pumpkin puree. There are also gluten-free options available. You can buy this online, in person, or have it delivered. Kroger is just a little bit pricey. You can feed 10 people for $50. In this meal deal, Kroger offers a 14 to 16 pound turkey, a 5-pound bag of potatoes, cranberries, turkey stuffing mix, and bakery fresh pumpkin pie. Shoppers can order this meal online and choose between a store pickup or a home delivery, or shop in store by picking the individually marked items.
Well, temperatures forecasted to reach the lower 70s this afternoon. Shouldn't be any problem with that, with lots of sunshine on our Roofing 911 Skycam network here in Beaumont, sponsored by Packer & Prey. Cold start. Grab that jacket. We're still in the 40s, but we're already slowly warming up. 47 in Beaumont. We were 43 earlier, and still some lower 40s up in the lakes under generally clear skies. Beautiful morning across southeast Texas, and we should warm into the low 70s with lots of sun and light winds later on this afternoon. We'll fall quickly into the 50s after dark though, and then eventually back to the 40s again by tomorrow morning. Maybe just as cold as what we had this morning, maybe a degree or two warmer. That's about it, but we do reach the mid 70s tomorrow. Be warmer tomorrow afternoon than what we'll have today. Low humidity continuing each afternoon across southeast Texas. At least the winds will be light. That's the good news, keeping the fire dangers in the low levels right now, and low humidity tomorrow afternoon as well. Forecasting low temperatures in the 40s again tomorrow morning. High pressure in the upper atmosphere building over the area. It'll stick around for a few days. Then by the end of the week, another trough digging down. But notice where all the energy stays with this next trough way off to our north and northeast. A little bit of energy there with a front coming in Sunday morning. That's about it. So very little, if any, chance of rain with that front. And we'll see another little cool down in about a week, about 6 days or so. Rainfall totals pretty skimpy with that front coming up Sunday morning of next weekend. So just very little, if any, chance of rain. Sunny skies, low 70s this afternoon. Clear and cold tonight, low 40s lakes, middle 40s here in the Triangle. And your 7-day forecast will feature middle 70s tomorrow, 80 on a Wednesday, low 80s Thursday, becoming partly cloudy with a little more humidity. And that next front will work in, as we said, Sunday morning of the weekend. Right now, we'll keep rain chances out. I just don't see enough of a coverage yet to put in there. But Mark, pretty nice weather coming up, that's for sure.
Hey, take advantage of that. So are we abnormally dry? Are we, I forget all these meteorological terms here, but even that amount of rain we had recently, just still not doing it for us.
It helped a little bit in the short term, very little. And it's been dry pretty much since. And with dry weather expected this week, of course, we're well below normal for the year. We're probably going to see those burn bans, unfortunately, returning this week.
All right, thank you, Carrie.
All right.
All right, boys, believe it or not, it's the final week of the regular Texas high school football season. There are a ton of different games we could have chosen, but this one might cause a big stir in our 409 Sports Blitz game of the week. We're taking you to District 9 and 4A Division 2. The Hampshire Finette Longhorns will hit the road to take on the West Orange Stark Mustangs, who are just one win away from an outright district title. The Horns sit at 3-1 in district alongside the Silsbee Tigers and are looking to create absolute chaos with the win Friday night. But the ball is in the Mustangs' court. Hiawatha Hickman's team just needs this win to clinch their first district title since 2021 and claim Coach Hickman's first title as head coach. Kickoff is at Dan R. Hook Stadium Friday night at 7:30. And be sure to vote for our Band of the Week. Let us know if the Longhorns or the Mustangs should take home the season's final bragging rights. Head to 12newsnow.com/band to vote.
All right, well, the Dodgers, they are back home triumphant, capturing a stunning World Series victory over the Toronto Blue Jays in 7 games. The next step for the boys in blue is going to be the World Series parade this morning. The team arrived back home Sunday. Players and coaching staff among the dozens who offloaded from the plane there to the cheers of Dodger fans. Today's nearly hour-long parade motorcade that's going to conclude as the team heads to Dodger Stadium for a ticketed championship celebration event. And the Blue Jays, they may have lost the World Series, but 11-year-old Felix Muntz is still keeping the spirit alive. His viral Blue Jays-inspired rap song has captured hearts and is giving fans hope for the team's future.
The Toronto Blue Jays have been inspiring.
We're the one, the only Canadian team. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime chance sometimes. So, and like they've been on fire this season. It's been their best season for a long time. So that's kind of what inspired me.
11-year-old Felix Muntz, also known as Flickety Split, penning a new anthem dedicated to the Jays' historic postseason performance.
Let's go Blue Jays, time for baseball.
The St. George, Ontario native has only been rapping for about a year, hitting the studio to lay tracks like Want It All, Let's Go Blue Jays.
I can already see us winning. Back-to-back greatness, now let's do it again. Usually some of my songs have like a little bit of like some lines that have to do with sports, like baseball is my favorite sport. I love baseball.
He knows all the stats, and so for him to follow every play of the World Series as it's gone through and put those lyrics thoughtfully into his song has been like really incredible.
Felix says his lyrics reflect how the Jays have been playing.
In my song I put, like, unlike you, we have a good bullpen so pitchers can switch, because the Dodgers don't have a very good bullpen. And then I said, it's another winning year. This time it's not Joe Carter, because the last time they won, Joe Carter hit the walk-off home run.
The young rapper gaining confidence while having a positive artistic outlet, according to his mom, Becky.
I mean, ultimately our goal is just to nourish the talents that our kids have. And so to see him getting the feedback that he is looking for and the validation that he really has a talent is just, you know, everything we could hope for.
For Felix, he's just hoping the players get to hear it.
I think it's gonna pump them up. Like they played it at my school assembly and everybody was like cheering super loud.
All right, Flickety
Split.
All right, when Daybreak returns, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows or doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:55 right now on your Monday morning. That means it's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. Port Arthur police are investigating a shooting early Sunday morning on 53rd Street that sent 3 people to the hospital. Police Chief Tim Duraso says it happened at a party, but they're all expected to be okay. He says DPS also arrested 4 people during a traffic stop, but working to find out if they were involved in that shooting.
And a large problematic hole on West Cardinal Drive was filled in over the weekend. A mail truck got stuck in it last week outside of Crawford Electric Supply. TxDOT said that its contractor would fix the hole over the weekend, and when we drove by Sunday, it was filled in. That 1069 interchange project, which includes work on West Cardinal Drive, should be complete in 5 to 6 years.
Election Day is tomorrow, and Jefferson County Clerk Roxana Costa-Helberg says she's disappointed with the early voting numbers. She's now pushing to get more people to vote tomorrow. There are 17 state constitutional amendments on the ballot, along with local propositions, venue taxes, and the controversial Beaumont bond.
And temperatures will warm into the mid-70s. Very nice Tuesday afternoon coming up. Cold again tonight, back to the 40s. And then near 80 for Wednesday and into the 80s for the rest of the week. A few more clouds by the middle and end of the week as well. Next front due in Sunday of the weekend, cooling us back off again toward early next week.
And Tia's Tales will be this Saturday in Jasper at Kiwanis Park. It's next to the library. Make sure to join me from 11 to 1. It's a Dino-Vember. It's dinosaur themed.
Yes.
All ages are welcome to come. See you all there.
Tia, always getting out there in the community.
I'm trying to do my thing.
You do it well. You can catch me at the grocery store. And thanks so much for watching Daybreak here on 12 News Plus.
Watch me today at 11.
Have a good afternoon.